Tristan Thompson. And it's Irving in at the one.
You know, basketball can be a thing of beauty, and the Warriors show just how gorgeous ball movement can be last year. Every possession looked like a well-orchestrated concert. It was incredibly fun to watch. Not so much fun, probably, to coach against.
Well, the Warriors did zip the ball around very well last year, Clark. They led the league, as Greg was just talking about, led the league in assists per game. It wasn't even close. Over 27 assists per game as a team.
Yeah, 28 times they had 30 or more assists. In 2014, the team that led in that category was the Spurs. They did it only 16 times.
Curry, wide open, can't hit. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Smith outside, back to Irving. Pass to Thompson, the 11-footer. The Warriors pull it in. To the middle, here's Barnes, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
Almost. How about the glide in and then also to reverse it?
Irving against Curry. Green with a screen on Irving. Left side Curry. Again, Golden State.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Irving double team. And a wide open look for James. Out to Smith. There's the three. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Smith's got himself on the board with three there.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Here's Curry with the three. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Yeah, but for a guy that shoots it as well as he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
Irving's shot is good.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Curry kicks to Bogut. Curry against Irving. Outside Curry. Green with a screen on Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Curry with it. Picked up by Thompson. And yes, sir, that one drops.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
Here's Curry, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Launches it, and it's Stephen Curry with a three. Curry's got 5.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense, but he's got the A-game rolling tonight.
The drive by James. A wide open look for Love. It's hauled in by Bogut.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Green, no luck. Cavaliers have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Out to Smith. Launches a three. No good. So Golden State will take it the other way. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Here's Curry, following the basket by LeBron James. Lets the three fly. Can't hit. Good D by Irving. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. That's in there. Love with the assist. 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg. They've allowed from point
with the rebound. Thompson dishes to Green. He drains the quick shot. Green's got his first points in this one.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Different look here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Draymond Green. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Here's Dellavedova. And it's Spates with the rebound. And now here comes Iguodala leading the break. And he jams it with authority.
It doesn't matter who you're rooting for. You've got to appreciate a reverse throwdown like that.
Clark, those kinds of dunks are how reputations are built.
And he's already got a pretty good one. I think it's only going to get better.
Here's Dellavedova. It's rebounded by Livingston.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. Here's Jefferson. Second chance shot. It's tipped. Mozgov kicks to Dellavedova. He dishes it to Fry. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now, here is Barbosa. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Iguodala kicks to Barbosa. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. And now a 5-point Warrior lead. Here's Dellavedova. The feed to Shumpert. Puts up the baby hook.
Yeah, way to play and attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to Iman Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland. Of course, playing next to LeBron can do that for him.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Brandon Rush. He's checked in for Spates. And Ian Clark subbed in for Leandro Barbosa.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
James checked in for Richard Jefferson. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Clark. Rush the pass to Iguodala. Buries the long-range jumper. Iguodala's got 7 points.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Mozgov wide open. He fires. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jump.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his...
We're 5-6 feet outside that three.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. side.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And Thompson kicks to Irving. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. So we'll see Steph Curry go to the line right here. That's on LeBron James.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Pass to Green. Shoots the three. Curry with another miss.
He hit a three in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Irving attacking. LeBron outside. From the wing. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked out and bulked himself. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think you said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level. You know, the Cavs had a slow start to last season compared to how everybody thought they would play. Still, it was the best start for Kevin Love in his career and would end up being the most winning team he's played on. Says something about how long he's waited for success.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And Love, who would also go on to make his first postseason appearance, played in the first round last year. It was a complete 180 for him in what he was used to at Minnesota.
And even though there were ups and downs for Love last season, you know that he must have enjoyed winning for a change. And being in the league so long without making the playoffs, he finally got a chance to play in the postseason.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Curry, and Thompson sends it back. The drive by James. Smith hits it to go on the assist by James. Smith's got it all tied up now for the Cavs. Irving against Curry. Green, the screen. From deep. Again, Curry missing.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Thompson with the bucket.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Here's Curry, and that one's good. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Shoots the three. And that one's good. He's got 13.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
James against Thompson. The screen from Thompson. LeBron drives in. Not enough on that one as it misses.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Here's Bogut. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
The Cavaliers trail by 5. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just abundance of confidence.
to Bogut. Curry kicks to Thompson. And again, no good by Golden State. Cavaliers have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Irving misses.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
Curry, good.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He said their plan was run their offense through LeBron. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
And thank you, Doris. Outside jumper. They set the pick. Here's Dellavedova. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. To the middle. And the slam dunk by Space.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
James gets to jumper. Feeds to Dellavedova. 6 to shoot. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.